So as promised, we have here Miss Danielle Sidbury. She is the CEO and founder of DSV Group Elevates Corporation. Welcome, my dear. You have to raise this mic. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Hi.
Look at you. Oh, you are so welcome. I'm so glad that we finally locked in our calendars because you are such a busy lady. And I'm just so thankful that you finally had some time. So, Danielle, where are you from?
Originally, I was born in Haiti.
Oh, okay.
Yep. Been here since I was 9 years old.
Wow. And did you go to college?
I did. University of Maryland.
University of Maryland, not HBCU, but...
No, University of Maryland.
But do you think HBCUs shape one, or do you think college itself shapes a person?
I think college itself, for me, I mean, I never thought about going to an HBCU because I've seen, like, you know, when you're trying to get hired at a company and they look at the school, it's like it tells a lot about the person and what kind of education they had. Like, my son wanted to go to an HBCU and I told him I did.
Oh, Danielle, really?
Seriously,
Okay.
Sorry to say, but, you know, some of those schools, like, it's just a lot of playing around,
Okay.
to tell you the truth. It's like, I feel like they don't really, I know a lot of people that went to HBCUs and are not really, like, they're not ready for the workforce.
Because it becomes, you know, I think on one hand, it's like, oh, I want to be around my people, but sometimes our
they
people
play
can
too
be...
much, and it's partying, it's just like, they're not really
Fashion show,
studying, and it's
yeah.
like, you know, as far as I knew anyway, I mean, I'm just speaking for myself.
Right.
I mean, they're great schools. You hear a lot about it, and I know why they were formed back in the days. It was for us.
Yes.
But nowadays, you have to be more culturally, like, diverse because the workforce is diverse. And
you have to stay up on your game.
right. You can't just be around people your own color and things like that. So...
And a lot of times you'll go to school, and depending upon what school you go to, you can't even find a job.
Exactly.
For the degree that you
I've
earn.
seen a manager before through a Morgan State application in the trash.
Because
it just was not, I mean, I think I don't know if it was the you know, the resume itself.
Okay, I see.
Like, it just, there was a lot of bad spellings, and it was just like, she, even though they said they graduated from Morgan, she didn't even give it a second look. She just threw it in the trash.
Interesting. Interesting. Now, do you feel that...
I don't know if they lied and they went to Morgan or what it was, but you know.
And you can't lie these days. I mean, they can find out exactly where you've been.
Exactly.
But, you know, college experience, life experience, all of that kind of helps you to shape yourself, to find yourself, you know.
Of course, definitely.
Are you thankful for that experience?
I am.
Yeah.
I really am.
And what do you think? You mentioned your son. What do you think can be learned through a lot of the millennials these days?
Oh,
because
my goodness.
you know, sometimes we look at them and say, "Oh my God, y'all so spoiled. Y'all want everything right now when you want it." But at the same time, what do you think we can learn from them?
They are indecisive.
We can learn how to make decisions.
Yeah, I mean, but they do, you know, they're indecisive, but in a good way. They kind of like follow their passion more so, instead of like, oh, you know, my mom was a doctor and I want to be a doctor too. So they just kind of like, they go where the wind blows.
Fearlessness.
It seems like, right. They're very
they
fearless.
don't have too much fear.
Yeah, because, you know, my son, he was studying to be, like, he studied economics at University of Maryland, College Park, and he graduated with a degree. I'm thinking, okay, he's gonna, you know, get a nice job doing this and that. He was like, "Mom, I'm not a 9-to-5 guy." I was like, okay, excuse me. So then, you know, he decided to do the whole financial advisor thing. He went and studied and got the Series 6, Series 7, 63, 65. Like, he was doing it for a good 2 years, and then he was like, nope, this is not what
Something
I'm
else.
do.
Something else. But you know what? I love it because he's looking at you being the serial entrepreneur. Yeah. And even though, you know, women make up, I think, almost 96% of small businesses in America.
Wow.
Right? and black women alone are like at 14%. So we are doing big things. So for your son who has just graduated, and he says, okay, well, I have this degree here, but oh my goodness, I see my mom, I see people out here doing it, getting these businesses, being able to have the fortitude to still educate himself, right? Because education is in all forms. To do something different and then say, you know what? I'm tired of this. I want to do something. I mean, that's the fearlessness of the millennials. See, and he has all of this under his belt.
He does a great job, and he basically taught himself. And then just the other day, he was doing flyers. He was
this
like,
is
"Why
what
I
I'm
really
saying.
do flyers?" Like, he was helping me do the flyers and everything. I was like, "Wow, okay."
There
so
you
he
go.
said, I mean, I still have my degrees, and I still have the financial advisor thing. That'll be my backup.
Okay.
I'm like, okay.
And they say you have to have 7 streams of income,
Yes.
right? So I think that's a wonderful, wonderful thing. So let's talk about, with you being this serial entrepreneur, your nonprofit, DSV Group Elevates. Talk to us about that. How did you get that started? What was the vision?
Well, I mean, when I first came here in this country, like for the first couple of years, everything was gravy. My stepfather was here, my sisters and mom, and then suddenly he died. So we literally was like homeless.
Wow.
And if it wasn't for the generosity of other people, which I never really experienced when I used to live in Haiti, because we were young, we were well-to-do, we had a house and gate and cars and, bathrooms, everything, refrigerator, we had everything that we have up here. So we were very sheltered in Haiti. So when I came up here and we were living in an apartment, I wasn't used to, right? And then we got evicted when my stepfather died after my mom couldn't really get a job and her thing expired because her work permit thing expired and she didn't have him anymore to sponsor her. So her whole status was in limbo.
Wow.
And if it wasn't for people, helping us, and I don't know where I would be today.
Wow.
So that's really the basis for my nonprofit. I try to help others because I'm in a position to right now. I have a nice job, and sometimes it's like you don't get the support that you thought you would get from your community as far as like helping with donations and things like that. But, I do what I can.
Yeah.
And one of the primary things that I do is the annual scholarship that I give away $1,000.
Yeah,
to a
I'm glad
student.
that's a great segue.
Yeah, and I wish I could do, more, but, I
So,
still got bills and, other things to do.
hey,
So
and every little bit helps because $1,000 scholarship goes a long way towards books, towards food, towards toiletries. So every year you do the $1,000 scholarship from your nonprofit DSV Group Elevates Corporation. And so what's the criteria?
The criteria is simple. Every year the committee, we come up with an essay question, just a prompt, and basically ask students or entrepreneurs, small business entrepreneurs, we don't discriminate who writes it, to write a 1,000-word essay. Okay. And that's it. And we basically review all the essays and make a determination of who is best, qualified for it, and they win the scholarship.
That is beautiful. How many years have you been doing that?
This is my 5th year.
Wow.
Yeah,
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Some of the recipients, they are in community college,
yes,
technical college. So
a few of them were. The first person was in college. They were at University of Maryland, graduated. Now they're a TV anchor somewhere. And,
beautiful.
Yeah, I think they just moved to Chicago. We keep in touch.
Nice.
The second person, who was the second person? Gosh.
Suffice to say, you have helped.
Yeah. They all been in school except for one person actually. They wanted to jumpstart their business.
Okay. So the scholarship is not limited to just going to school.
No,
it's
not.
To advance yourself.
Right.
In your business. Elevate.
Yes.
All right. I was going to say, what is that for?
Yes.
In that beautiful community, I got to give a round of applause for that one because that just flowed so wonderfully. A lot of times people think it's very easy to start a business, and you mentioned support. And of course, Webster's Dictionary says support is to hold something up, to place something into, lever the structure. I'm really starting to believe that support is relative to the person.
Right.
What does support mean to you, Danielle?
Well, I guess support is like, believing in what I do and like supporting me as far as like, just, I guess believing what I do.
Yeah.
Pretty much supporting me.
Yeah.
And saying, okay, we support Danielle, let's help her out, give her a push, so this year I've seen a lot of support actually for Legacy, and I'm hoping because some of the proceeds is what I use for the scholarship.
Okay.
And if it does well, I can probably, do more than one scholarship a year because I've received quite a couple essays.
Nice.
So that's what support is to me. I mean, a lot of the events that I do that's geared towards my nonprofit, like a lot of proceeds is what I use to give back. It's not like, so.
And,
so I appreciate when people do support my events.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And support comes in all forms. I mean, purchase of tickets,
yes.
Purchase of T-shirts, merchandise, the essays, $5 to a Cash App. I mean, every little bit helps.
True.
Sharing a flyer,
Exactly.
just all of those things go right
Absolutely.
in line with it. I always just commend you and applaud you, Danielle, because I believe that you are one of the first females in the DMV to bring international artists for a stage show. I'm not saying just for a concert, but for a stage show. I really believe that you are. Community, if I'm wrong, please give me a call, 240-949-2289. But I do, on a level of Movado, on a level of Dexter Daps, Charlie Black, Aishana, the list goes on. And you've also done a collaboration. I think this is the second year Spill Fest.
Second year, yes.
Phenomenal.
Thank you.
I guess the question is, DSV Group elevates. You focus on the growth of music and entertainment and culture in the DMV, and you do all of your little bit. Always talking about you shy or whatever. Whatever. But it seems like it's easy. It seems like putting on these stage shows are easy. How did you, for the sake of time, get into this? Like, what was your, okay, I'm just going to write a letter. I'm just going to call Movado up and say, hey, guy.
Well, it's like I've always wanted to do entertainment. I love music and things like that. And when I came here in this country, I grew up around Jamaicans, and it was all Jamaican music that I used to listen to.
Okay.
So I was like, okay, I want to do a stage show. So I decided, my first collaboration was with Wally Kingston. We did Capleton.
Okay.
But I was more behind the scene. Even though my name was on the flyer, I didn't really do much of the promotions and things like that. Just a little bit here and there. And but my actual first event that I did with Movado at Love Nightclub, I basically started from scratch. I just sent an email.
Wow.
I wrote, a proposal of who I am and what I've done, and pretty much shoot it out there, to his manager at the time, and they responded to me. It took quite some time.
Okay.
Because of course I was an unknown. He didn't know who I was.
Right.
And I think Movado was here the year before, and I believe it didn't really do that well.
Okay.
So they were kind of skeptical of coming back to the DC area.
Okay.
So they pretty much just gave me a chance, I think, because they didn't know who I was. I didn't really have a strong foundation where I said, oh, well, I bought this person and that person and this person, so it was basically me. And then, they asked me what I do, like, what, who am I, what I do, and things like that. So I pretty much gave them my work background,
right.
And they just gave me a chance.
Wow, awesome. I think that's awesome. I think that's beautiful, because for people who are trying to figure it out, trying to get themselves heard, trying to get their voices heard, sometimes all it does is starts with an email, with the phone call. But you have to keep at it. You can't send it one time. And
but I was very professional with my
email. Of course, I was going to get to that too.
Hey, by the way, I want to bring Movado. That wasn't just that.
Yeah.
I had a whole, and
correct grammar.
Yes. Of course.
All of the information.
I had a
for
whole
them
proposal
to be good.
on my company and what I do, and so I think they looked at that and they figured I was a organized person, and you know, they took that chance.
I love it.
And I'm sure that fee was, you know.
that helped that you were able to do that, right?
I was able to pay that, so.
Yeah. If you are just joining Community Voices with MoMo Love alongside DJ Fiyabone, we are speaking with CEO and founder of DSV Group Elevates Corporation, Ms. Danielle Sidbury. And it's just a great and lively conversation so far. I mean, I can't get over even Bungie and Faye-Ann. Now, we're talking a little bit about the dancehall, reggae, soca, state shows that you've brought. You also do the Legacy Foundation annual scholarship. You give so much back to the community. But one big event that you do is Spillfest. We were talking a little bit about that.
Yes. And I'm actually a partner on that
event.
Yes.
But it's a beautiful event. I mean, even the collaboration alone, because I think that the size of that event would have to be partners, you know, because it's such a nice event. Now, when you sit back and look at your events, the next one, is it your goal to always do better, be bigger, or simple, sometimes enough?
You know, I've never was the person that says, oh, I want to do a stage show.
Okay.
Or I want this big, you know, thing. That was never really my intention.
Okay.
And I never really wanted to collaborate with people. You know, because there's a lot of problems that comes with that.
Yeah.
So, you know, so when I did the collaboration, it was exciting. The first one was exciting. I had a good time planning it and, you know, contacting the artists and everything. So it was great. But I was never like, oh, you know, I want to do a stage show, because I just feel like unless you've been doing it for several years and you have several sponsors and you know, like the money's really not there.
Okay.
So it's like people might see, you know, oh, they had such a great turnout and they think that, you know, you made all this money, but it's just not, it's not really there quite yet.
You would have to really be doing it at a repetitious and expeditious fashion.
Right. So it's an investment. You know, we look forward to more Spillfest events. But it's a lot of work. It is
a lot of work, but it's a fun event, and it's been going on without a hitch. Like absolutely no issues. I love it. It's in a great location. That's what I always want to know. How do you scout those locations out? Is that part of something that you do for the
that
team?
Wasn't part of my responsibilities. My partner was the one that you know, scout the venue for that. Because we were looking for something that was like plain and more like feeling more cozy sort of way. We didn't want to go really to that big stadium area where like it was be too much. Yeah. So that's why ultimately we went with that venue.
It's beautiful. It's always good. It's a good space. It's a good location. It's outside, so people don't feel confined. So I think that's really, really wonderful.
And I felt like it kept everything in, so it just felt like you were at a big party.
Exactly.
Outside.
Enclosed, but open.
Right.
Yeah, I love it. So how you've mentioned a couple times you not really wanting to collaborate and partner, not because you can't, but just because of your own feelings. But how has it changed you positively or negatively as far as it relates to business?
Positively, I mean, it's well,
I mean, stronger in some aspects. Like, does it make you more of a leader or a boss at the board table? Are you able to make better decisions? Like, how has it made your business acumen grow?
I mean, I guess I've been able to make better decisions as far as like going forward, you know, with other projects. Yeah. I would say that
confidence is built up.
Right, definitely. Yeah. Like, I know I could do one if I wanted to by myself. Yeah. I could. Yeah. But it's not. I've never been the whole stage show thing. I feel like it's just too much
What's your area? What's your wheelhouse? What do you like out of the entertainment? Bringing small venue shows?
Yeah, I like the smaller venue shows with one artist. I feel like that's more effective to me. Okay. I feel like the whole outdoor stage show thing is like, it's a lot of work, it's a lot of money, and then at the end of the day, you're not really seeing the return. Okay. So That's why I'm not really like a big stage show person.
So I think one of the things, if I'm hearing you, that these ventures are teaching you is that to find your lane. Find your lane that works best for you as far as your business is concerned, and stay in that lane.
Right.
Yeah. I think I heard it. I thought I heard it, Danielle. Yes. That is so wonderful. Now, social media can be a blessing and a curse.
Mm-hmm. And that's what the essay prompt was about, actually.
Really?
Social media and how to advocate for a cause. And we got a couple essays that were very effective on that subject.
For this year.
Yes, for
okay.
this year.
Yeah, and I was gonna ask you. I believe being business minded, you have the ability to keep things into perspective, right? But how do you manage to stay out of the crossfires and the minutia of social media hype when you're trying to get your business done?
Right. I mean, as you can see, when I post, it's either about my business or a picture. I really don't share too much gossip.
Yeah.
I don't comment too much under people's stuff.
Yeah.
I might read it and be like, okay.
Oh.
I stay out of it because it's just really not my business.
Yeah.
Because
your business is about elevating.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much me.
and I think that is a very good business acumen to have, to just focus on your own business in order to elevate your business.
Pretty much, yes.
Yeah, I think that's the most important. Now, to shift gears a little bit and not to get too personal, but I've heard through the grapevine that you are the Beyonce of Dancehall.
Me?
No. Meaning a triple threat, and your significant other, Kirk, is the Jay-Z. You guys are a power couple out here doing the daggone thing. I mean, do you feel like there's pressure?
No.
You keep that part personal.
I keep that
too.
personal.
Yeah.
I don't. We don't flaunt each other on Facebook because that's not necessary.
Yeah.
I keep that personal.
Yeah.
My love life is personal.
All right. Well, we love Kirk and we love Danielle, and we love you guys together.
Thank you.
Dance hall has always, reggae dance hall, it's always been a fixture in your life,
yes.
right? A culture worth keeping alive, and it's always been a staple. What more do you want to bring to the DMV as far as small shows are related?
Well, I've always wanted to do like a children's type of event.
Wow.
Outdoor type of event, but not no big grinder thing like.
Yeah.
So.
But something for the kids.
Yeah, something for the kids.
Specifically,
outside.
Not for the adults in the kids area.
No, for the kids.
Oh, beautiful.
Like an outdoor type of event in the summer. So I'll have to check to see what date is good to do that.
Okay.
It's not going to step on anyone's toe, but I mean, it should is for the kids.
It's for the kids. Everybody has to understand.
Right.
And we have to get out of these boxes
yes.
of dates, and because there's so many things.
Yeah.
Listen, Saturday I had 4 events that I tried to get to. I
wow.
could not. It was so many things going on. So whether or not somebody has a date, there's a date, 2 dates, 2 events. People are going to go to what they want to go to.
That's true. And that is true.
And you just have to appreciate and celebrate the people that come. That's what's important.
That's true. I agree.
You know what I mean?
One year I got bashed for a whole date thing.
Well, this is why we have to expand our horizons.
So, I just basically told people, go where you want. I'm not stopping anyone from going anywhere.
That's right.
So.
Now, with all of the things that you do, Danielle, how do you relax? How does Danielle just sit back, kick back, and relax herself?
Oh, well, home is where the heart is.
Yes, yes.
So I get to relax at home, in the weekdays and things like that. Because I feel like almost every weekend I'm kind of out. But yeah, I try to relax at home after work. So I work 2 days a week from home. So
okay.
So I do have a lot of time to myself. I can pick up my legs and not do much of anything. Just,
but are you working? Are you even on your days off? You work from home.
Yes.
But then I'm talking about in your time off. Are you just relaxing, or are you doing something as it relates to DSV Group, as it relates to Legacy,
probably. Yes.
So no relaxed time for Danielle.
Probably not much. Maybe a couple hours here and there, but yeah, most of the time I am working on, DSV Group stuff or the next event or something like that. So yeah. Sometimes like literally like Kirk will be like, I'm turning off the internet.
That's right. You gotta lock it down.
Magic little box there.
Lock it
turn off
down.
the internet on me, but yeah. So it's hard, but I do try to find a couple hours here and there to just relax and watch a TV show or something.
Good for you.
My legs, yeah.
Good for you. My grandmother used to call it the boob tube, where you just sit in front of it and just, let all of that stuff go.
And I don't watch much TV, but there's a couple shows that I got involved in, so I was like, oh, I gotta go see that. The next episode coming on Sunday. So
ready. All right, that's cool. Listen, Legacy is happening this weekend, right?
Yes, this Saturday.
This Saturday, October 5th. It is Danielle Noon's Libra birthday bash. Doors open at 10 o'clock, and Libras are free before 1 o'clock a.m. Listen, you will be musically entertained by Machine Fire, Amplex Sound, and CD Fantasy. Oh my goodness, Flavor Roots is going to be in the building, as well as Pleasure Play International Sound. It's hosted by a bag of people. Double D, Sophia Lovable, Sharika, Adele, the Party Prince, Andrew Rome, and the JBM team. Now, okay, so I saw on social media, I think over the last weekend or something, some big hype about hosting. Yeah. What actually does a host do?
Well, my host, I don't like get into the whole stereotype of what hosts do or what they're supposed to do. If I see they're not doing something that I think they're supposed to be doing, of course I'm going to say something. But most of the people that I've hired to host, I don't expect them to go stand and pass out my flyers. Okay. We didn't, that's not something we discussed. Because I know, I need to be seen, I need to be there, I need to be passing out the flyers. So that's not something I expect for them to do.
Okay.
So it's just basically been, social media promotion, a lot of groups that I can't get to, or or people that are not my friends that may be their friends. I'm able to reach more people through them. Okay. So that's really what hostings to me, and they support me. They share my flyers. They'll help me the day of my event. They believe in me.
Hey.
Absolutely, that too.
Hey.
So I feel like I have a great team of people behind me this year helping me promote. So
I think you do. I see some of your event ambassadors are the Fluffies.
Yeah.
Talbatu as well as Susie.
Yes.
The Fluffies have come a long way.
Yeah.
I mean, they are and they've always supported you from day one. Big up the Fluffies.
Yeah.
Media coverage is definitely going to be by my girl Sandra Slimmers, Lisa Bashman, Miss Bashy herself. And who's that? I can't see that. Hussein.
That's my son.
All right, no wonder I didn't know. New to the scene. All right, we're going to be excited. That's going to be exciting. I can't wait to see that. It's going to be a great, great time. I see one of your sponsors is Event Fanatics. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Event Fanatics is actually a company that I'm working on starting off. It's a work in the making. Right now we offer furniture rental, promotion, eventually ticketing, marketing, things like that.
I didn't call you a serial entrepreneur. I mean, really, Danielle. I mean, really. But that's beautiful because, and this is for all types of parties.
All types of businesses, yes.
Yeah, everything. You're not limited.
Yes, and my other sponsor is Immigration Corner. And that's Debbie Duran. She's the CEO of that. She made a generous donation to the foundation. So
beautiful.
Yes,
Big up
check her
yourself,
out.
Debbie Duran. All right, yeah. Well, yeah. We'll get her social media information up. So Legacy is up. And then what's next for Danielle Noon and Sophisticated Libra?
It's a surprise.
But wait a minute. Bones, I'm tired of people coming here talking about surprise. We got to keep things under wraps. All I want to know is it going to be exclusive to Community Voices?
Yeah, sure.
All right. You heard it here first. All right. So we'll keep it under wraps. But when it starts to percolate, make sure you let us know so
I
we can
will.
be right there on the list,
Okay.
helping and promoting.
Great.
Where
Thank
can
you.
the people contact you, Danielle, to be a part of Legacy, to support your movement, DSV Group Elevates, and all things that you're doing for the community?
Okay, I am on social media at DSV Group Elevates. They can call me 240-691-8027.
One more time.
240-691-8027.
All right.
I'm also on the web, dsvgroupelevates.org.
Okay.
So
How do you manage all those pages?
Legacy,
Legacy,
yeah, I do it
Danielle.
all myself too. So yes, I guess yeah.
Big
That's
boss.
why I don't have that much time.
Because you're doing big boss things. You got follow this woman community, a woman of honor and valor, class and style, a business.